Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Biohazard 3 Real Survival. And where we left off from the last episode, Jill and I made it back to the safety of the storage room just outside of the park gates, shortly after defeating the monstrosity known as the Gravedigger. Now, of course, speaking of which, for the sake of my sanity and my better judgment, I actually decided to redo the Gravedigger encounter off-screen. And as you can see, we've managed to preserve all three of the first aid sprays in the first aid box, which is definitely going to make things a hell of a lot easier. Also, Jill has 5 regular grenade rounds and 5 freeze rounds as well. But these 3 first aid sprays are going to make venturing through the park a lot easier. That being said, there are still zombies lurking in the entrance of the park. And there are still zombies hanging out on the bridge over here. Pretty much the only thing standing between us and the rear gate leading out of the park. Now, unfortunately, this is where things are going to get fairly tricky from here on out. So I do not fancy our chances. Might have done well against the Gravedigger off-screen, but we still have a long road ahead of us, unfortunately. So back into the park we go. Hopefully we can make it through without any major difficulty. Have to be careful though. No, I am not liking this. If we can get past the zombies, that would be one thing. Okay. Just holding my breath there. You're still there. Five rounds left, and yeah. Unfortunately, one bite from even the lone zombie will put Jill on caution. You know what? The hell with it. We're in the corner. 3 left. And there's one behind you as well. Oh my god. Could have run past them there, Jill, but never mind. Could be a lot worse. Oh my word. And silence. Still nothing. And the sound of crickets chirping in the background. Reminds you of the days of the mansion incident, doesn't it, Jill? Oh, I'm not liking this. I mean, I'm glad that there's nothing to stop our way through here now, but yeah. In hindsight, it was definitely for the best that we actually deal with the zombies rather than risk getting attacked and having to use the first aid spray. But in any event, it's time to use the rear gate key to unlock the chain, and wonder if this padlock is actually made of solid gold or if it's just gold leaf here. Either way, it's gone. As is the rear gate key, which we shall happily get rid of. And now, it's time to say farewell to Raccoon City Park and leave it behind for good. But our troubles are not over yet. Oh no, are they not over yet? Have some sort of walkway over here. And some wind. Is there anything that is worth investigating at this point? It doesn't appear to be anything. However, it does appear to be something beyond this walkway. Sound. I'm not liking that sound. But there is actually something at the other end of this walkway. So, suppose without further ado, let's venture across. No! Oh my god. Yeah! Guess who's making a comeback? Oh my god.
Stars.
And we do not have the time or the ammo to fight you, Octo Monkey. You have two choices. We can either push him off, or we can jump off. Jump! I'm not fighting. Not fighting you. Well,
Stars.
there's no shame in running away. At least I hope. But, looks like Nemesis is heading into the structure that was on the other side of that bridge that unfortunately we're not going to get to because we of course made our getaway unfortunately as a result of our actions, and also Nemesis conveniently destroying part of the bridge. We cannot get back to the Raccoon City Park. So much like with what happened with the cable car over the St. Michael clock tower, we are pretty much here for the long haul. Luckily, Nemesis didn't come down after us, and also luckily for us, there appears to be a waterway up here we can gladly venture into. Unfortunately, there appears to be grate over here, which means that we cannot go any further. But there is a ladder, which we can use to climb up. So away we go. And some reason we jumped over over another grate, and I've ended up here, in another sewer system. Let's proceed cautiously, and oh my god. Oh my god, there are zombies here. I mean, we could shoot them with a grenade round, but, oh, we're surrounded. We are surrounded.
Rescuing you is becoming a full-time job.
Then, thanks, Carlos. I owe you.
Listen closely, Jill. They're going to launch a missile directly into the city as soon as day breaks.
At dawn? But that's only...
There, I know. We don't have much time left. We have to split up and find a way out of here. And hey, watch out for that traitor Nikolai.
So,
Well, nice of Carlos to appear out of nowhere and give us a helping hand. Although, having said that, he probably could have stuck with us and helped us make it through where we are now, because we are certainly going to need his help. But looks like Carlos has actually gleaned a little bit more information than what we learned from the supervisor's report, or rather the umbrella facts back at the gravekeeper's hut, which is essentially, for all intents and purposes, not that it wasn't already, but Raccoon City is doomed. Its time has come. And the United States military is going to obliterate the city by launching a missile to completely wipe it out. Which, on the one hand, would, if Umbrella were the ones launching the missile, would wipe out all evidence of Umbrella's activities. However, given the fact that Raccoon City was actually central to the corporation's plans, and the fact that they're not the ones who are planning on wiping the city out, the destruction of Raccoon is, fortunately for us, not going to work in their favor, unlike the mansion incident. However, we do have a problem. Because, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, dawn is not that far away. We have a timetable on our hands. Anything wrong here? No, there isn't. The filter seems to be completely blocked. A liquid with a nasty odor is leaking out. That is not good. We should probably get out of this water ASAP. Probably should have followed Carlos sooner. I'm not looking forward to this one bit. Not at all. Not at all. And that actually brings me to the current dilemma, as well as the following point. Allow me to welcome you, adventurers, one and all, to what is referred to as the P-12A incineration facility, colloquially known as the Dead Factory. I know, surprising, isn't it, that the penultimate area of Biohazard 3 is not a laboratory this time. Shocking, I know, but yeah, the Dead Factory is not this time, a laboratory being concocted by the Umbrella Corporation. However, it is still an umbrella facility, curiously located on the outskirts of the Raccoon City Park, which means, yeah, we're not out of danger just yet. And unfortunately, we kind of have another problem in the form that we are going to be encountering a lot of creatures here. Not only the likes of zombies and hunter betas, but we could also fight drain demos and even a new creature that is lurking around the dead factory known as the brain sucker. Now, I can't remember if brain suckers are poisonous, but if they are, that does not bode well. They are kind of similar, but not the same as drain demos, though they are an irregular mutation, not a direct BOW deliberately genetically engineered by the Umbrella Corporation, but rather a byproduct of the T-virus pandemic in Raccoon City. That being said, they're still annoying as are their Drain Deimos counterparts, but well, at least we're not fighting hunters. But we are going to have to proceed very carefully from here on out because the Dead Factory, being the penultimate location, is not going to be easy to get through. So I'm going to end this episode of Let's Play Biohazard 3 here for the time being, and when we return, adventurers, we shall continue making our way through the Dead Factory. As always, until next we meet, adventurers.